Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business. Hello, and welcome to episode number 129 of Business Behind the Scene. And today I really wanted to tell you something about behind the scene because I just been to an amazing, incredible retreat. It was legit next level, like so good. And I didn't want to go. Everything in my body was like, no, don't go. You've already been to so many events, so many workshops, so many retreats. You don't need one more. Just don't go. And I was trying to find excuses. I was trying to pull out. I was trying to do all these things to go like, yeah, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. And it's fascinating because every time I'm aware of that, right? I'm aware of my thoughts going, yeah, this is like me not wanting to go, like legit, right? I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. It's just not happening. And it's fascinating, very fascinating, because every time I don't want to do something, I then know that that's what I need to be doing. And the other thing that when I decided to finally go, which obviously I would have always gone, right? When I decided to finally go, then what happened is that I started to have expectation of what I really wanted to get out of that. And when I started to go through the course and I was getting what I thought I was meant to get, I started to get frustrated and irritated and thinking, see, I didn't want to go. Once I stop expecting, once I allow whatever learning, and once I got into what I always teach, which is it always happens exactly as it meant to be. It's just perfect the way it is. And I just get my learning, whatever it is that the learning I need to get. That's when magic happened. Like literally, I had the biggest breakthrough and it was very good. But a lot of people don't allow that. And I wasn't. I was about not to allow that, right? I was about to not to get that across. And it's just incredible because what if I didn't? What if I didn't allow that come through? So it was magical when I drop into what if this is just meant to be, and I just allow it. The other thing is we were not allowed our phones, and we were suggested to really switch off. And I mean, I don't know, you guys know, but I've got two companies now. I've got Empowering Events and I've got Empowering Virtual Solutions, and it's two companies. I'm like, how am I going to do this? What's going to happen? And it was so scary, and it was so, I was like, am I going to be able to be away for days when I just started a new company? Like it's literally started a month ago. And I did. The reason why is because I've got an incredible, amazing team that are away in the Philippines, and they're chipping tasks away, and they're working really hard to make things happen and keep the boat floating. And I'm just so proud of them, right? But the thing is, I've built this team by spending hours and hours and hours coaching them, spending hours and hours and hours teaching them, spending hours and hours and hours helping them fix their mistakes, not fixing it for them. Big lesson. I used to do that. And it's just fascinating how many people don't allow that. They're just control freak and they try to do everything, and that means that they never get time off, they never get to switch off, they never get to relax, they never get to really be present for themselves and their families. And I've managed to do that. So today in episode 129, I really want to talk to you guys about that, about how did I handle going on holiday while running two businesses, right? And many people want to do that, well, I'm going to have this business, I'm going to have that business, I'm going to have this business. I usually say, don't start a second business until you either make $1 million or you have achieved the number that you want to achieve. So if you want to have a $300,000 business, then and you achieve that and it's smoothly working and it's coming to you, and you don't have to hustle to get more clients, you just good. That's when you go, okay, yeah, that's when you go, okay, I can start something else. I can have a second business. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds the right time for me. And it's fascinating how many people try to do that way too early. Why? Because they're looking for money. They're looking for more stream of incomes, which is what successful people have. And we're going to be patient enough to wait until we have a really smooth oil machine. How do you guys say that? I don't know how to say it, but anyway, you know what I mean, right? When it's like easy, it's smooth, everything happens, and everybody's got procedures to follow, everybody knows what they're doing, and when that is all working out, then we are going to be doing other things. Then we're going to be checking out other things. So it's been really, really, really cool for me to be able to take a holiday on month one of my new business, right? And is fascinating. I just love it. I just love going through that. So I'm just going to share with you guys some of the things that I've been asked lately from me be able to do that. And the only way that I am coping running two businesses is because what we specialize in is to being #super organized. So we have procedures, we have systems, we have platforms that help us, support us to be able to do all the tasks without feeling overwhelmed, without forgetting something, without rushing things. We have systems, we follow them, we have procedures, we follow them, and things run quite smoothly. And then when there is a mistake, we'll go back to the basic, we'll go back to the procedure. We're like, okay, what's happening here? Is this like a one-off thing, or should we change the procedure to make sure that we adapt to avoid the mistake coming in the future? And every time we just keep working on how can we make this better? How can we make this a better better thing, right? And so, yeah, it's been amazing for us to be able to do that. So it is manageable, but the only reason why is because we started with the first business creating really strong, strict procedures and everybody following them. And this is the thing that I've seen from a lot of businesses is that they go, yeah, I create a procedure, nobody follows them. It's our job as CEOs and managers to make sure that people follow the procedure. This is why there's a position as manager, right? Because the manager is the person problem solving, the person supervising, making sure that the procedures are being followed. And so a lot of people don't have that piece, right? They go like, but I've got procedures, nobody follows them. Well, that's because you haven't stayed on top of your team to make sure that they follow the procedure for long enough, so then it becomes second nature. And then once you've done it for long enough, then it becomes second nature, and then you can either add more tasks to that person, or you can, give a different part of the role or whatever that is. But then we've got to also make sure that we keep monitoring the original procedure, because sometimes people drop them, right? And I remember when I used to work at, I don't know if you guys know, but I used to work at Coles head office. So if you're not from Australia, you might not know what that is. Coles is one of the biggest grocery shopping supermarkets here in Australia. And I used to work for the head office, and they also own properties, and they own commercial properties, right? So they have these massive buildings where they have a shopping center. And I was one of the people working in the shopping center managing office, and it was just like so much fun. And I forgot why I was telling you this story. I completely forgot. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. That is the first time in my podcast that I forget what I was talking about. A little bit embarrassing, but I'm not going to edit it. Why not? I'm just going to live it. I'm just going to, continue talking. And just hopefully you guys forgive me. But this is a part of business behind the scene. You get to see how I forget what I'm talking about while I'm talking about it, and how I deal with it. I could cut it. I could get my VAs to cut this piece and stop it and rewind. I could even just go back and rewind that. But I want to show you that I'm not after perfection, and I've never been, and I will never be. And this is me walking my talk. And some of you will think like cringe right now, go like, oh my God, that is so unprofessional. Some of you will be like, oh my gosh, she's so authentic. So whatever that is, I'm just going to allow you to take that judgment either in a positive way or in a negative way, and that is okay. And I'm going to continue, because this is one of the lessons of business behind the scene. And we're going to remember that it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to not be perfect, and it's okay to be human. I'm a human, and I forgot why I told you that I was working at Coles head office. I don't know why, but it was a cool story. And when I remember it, I will tell you again. And usually when I forget what I'm talking about, I usually go back to say the same words, and usually it comes back up. But I tried a few times and it's still not coming. And so I'm just going to keep going. Managing. I think we're talking about managing something. I don't know. Anyway, I love it how maybe you guys are like, you were talking about that. You've probably tried to suggest to me what I was talking about, and it's gone. It's gone. If I was live, I would ask people, hey, tell me what I was talking about. And they will tell me. But I'm not. I'm doing a podcast, and I'm just me and my beautiful wall full of pictures with my clients and you in my ears. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. But putting systems in place is one of the biggest things that a lot of companies don't do and don't follow through. Oh yeah, there we go. Now I remember. You guys are gonna be like, okay, this woman is legit crazy. If this is the first podcast that you hear, that you're listening, please go back and listen to other ones too. Don't judge me from this one, okay? Anyway, so when I was working at Coles, I remember when I was getting trained, I had this book that I was writing all my notes on how to do this and how to do that. And the first time that I was working on my own, I would have my finger on the book and go like, okay, number 1, this one, okay, do it, da, 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 da. Number 2, this one, okay, do it, da, da, da. Number 3, this one, okay, do it, da, da, da. And then the second time I did it, I was doing it like, oh, did I do everything? Oh, shoot, I forgot number 2, go back and do it. Then third time that I did it, I didn't need to look at the book. Fourth time, I didn't need to look at the book, and then so on. I didn't look at the book anymore. And then guess what? One day, I was doing my job and I was doing everything fine, and nobody ever told me that I was doing something wrong. And then I was training someone else, something like that. Oh yeah, I was going on holiday and I was training someone else to take that role, and they were following the book and they were like, what about this step? You didn't do it. And I was like, holy guacamole. I haven't been doing that step for the last legit year. And I felt so bad. And I felt so guilty of me, like, I've been skipping a step all this time, but nothing happened. Like, I made this my own, and I found a way to still get the same result, but I didn't follow the step as the step was meant to be followed, right? There was a system and procedure, probably for a reason, and I skipped it. And I find it really fascinating when I am now monitoring and managing my team and I see that they skip bits. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's human nature, right? We find shortcuts to get to the result faster. And sometimes that shortcut is a good thing because it improves the efficiency of the time management. Sometimes it's a bad thing because it skips something priceless for the future, and maybe it's like it's something that could help you if something goes wrong. So very fascinating. That's why I was telling you the story, because we are human and we always look for ways to cut corners if we can, right? And so very fascinating. So number one important skill if you want to have a successful business is monitoring your team, making sure that they are following the procedures and make it easy and simple enough for them to follow them and not forgetting bits, right? Very important. So I have now literally nobody in the office. It's just me. I have built a business with virtual team. So I've got virtual team in Australia and a virtual team in Philippines. And to be honest, it feels so free and so amazing. And I feel I've got my back is covered. I feel got most amazing team members. They've got my back and I feel held and supported, sometimes even more than when I had staff members here. I remember when I had staff members here in the office, I used to get frustrated because I could hear them talk and laugh and interact, and which is fair enough, right? But when you are the one paying for every cent and per hour, per minute, you're just like, it's like 9:30 and you guys have been chatting about your weekend for the last half an hour and nobody's been working. So if that's what you want to do, maybe start working at 8:30 and then chat for half an hour and then start working at 9, right? I was just getting so frustrated, and I rarely speak up because I feel that I wanted to be the cool boss and I didn't like to speak up. When I had an operational manager, I would ask her to go and break that off. And I just always felt taken advantage of. And that was my growth. That was my fear. But when you work in a corporation, a lot of people do that, right? They spend time have coffees, they spend time doing their own research in their computer about their own things on Facebook, or looking for a holiday or whatever there is, right? I was guilty of that. Sorry if you're listening and you used to work with me at Coles. I used to do that, right? I used to do that in every job. I used to, I still get my job done, but I always have spare time. And so it didn't matter, because I didn't know of personally the person that would pay me, right? It was a company, it was a corporation, and it didn't matter if I spent a couple of hours doing something else. But when it's a small business, oh my gosh, I remember feeling like this knife in my heart, and it was so painful. And now I don't have that, right? I've got people that are working remotely, and they are so much more efficient, and I had this limiting belief for years, right? Many people are like, why do you have people in the office? Why do you have so many staff? And I was like, no, I need them. And that's because I was afraid of being by myself in the office. I was afraid of not having someone having my back. I was afraid that just running a virtual team wasn't enough. And it was all in my head. It's the opposite. It's been the most amazing decision that I made for my business. It was brave, and it's been so rewarding. And I'm so proud of every single person that work for me. They bring ideas, they develop the ideas, they make them happen. It's just so magical to watch, and their excitement excites me. This new person that is now begging me to teach her how to sell, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Before, I had to beg my team to sell. It was the opposite, right? They were like, guys, if you don't sell, I don't know how long I can have you working for me. And they were like, well, I don't want to do it. And instead, now I get people that are asking me, please, can you teach me? And I'm like, yeah, sure, go and watch this couple of videos. And boom, they watch them. I'm like, oh my God, this is like a dream. A dream come true. So that is how. This is literally how we have two companies, is because I've created such an amazing organization where we have such a tight procedures, and we have such a tight it's easy to follow, and it's there, and we just do it. So yes, everybody, this is me today sharing with you how we're coping. And I have never been this relaxed in my whole business. I've never been this excited about the future. I have been excited about the future, but I haven't been for a while. And watch the space. This is just the beginning of something massive, and I'm excited, and I'm grateful, and I'm so ready for what's happening next. So if you're listening to this, you're like, how do I find one of those virtual teams? Just jump along and book a Game Changer call, VA Game Changer call. We can show you what virtual assistants can do for your business, and you're going to be blown away. I have new businesses working with us, and they are like on the 4 million, 3 million, 2 million, like they have so many staff members, and they're like, why? I didn't know about this virtual world before. This is amazing. And there was like, literally one person was like, I thought that talking on Zoom was like cold and bad and not like connected, and it's the opposite. Well, when you talk on Zoom, you actually can see people, and you can like really, it's like so much fun. I'm like, I know, it's the best. So yeah, so if you are doubting, or if you're wondering, just book a call, and we can show you what's the potential of having a virtual assistant in your business. So thank you for listening. Have a fantastic week, hopefully very productive. And I wanted to give a shout out to our brand new business, Empowering Virtual Solution. There we go. All right, have a great day, everybody. Bye. Hey, if you enjoy listening to this podcast, then you have to come to check out our Facebook group, Workshop Secrets for Coaches. It's a community of over 9,500 coaches that are ready to boom their business by running workshops. They are stuck in one-on-one coaching, and they're ready to start to go one-to-many. So if you are one of those coaches, then you have to join us. I look forward to see you there. And hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave me a review to win a ticket to one of my workshops. I look forward to see you there.